Hello, everybody. Welcome to Moment of Clarity. You gotta. This is. Oh, Rachel Maddow is being sued being sued by a right-wing garbage network called OAN. All right, they just put out right-wing pro-Trump trash. But here's where it gets interesting, because that's, why am I going to defend some right-wing trash network? But that's not what I'm doing here. What I'm mocking is Maddow's response. So Rachel Maddow, she's obsessed with everything Russia. She's the new McCarthy. She is the, leader of the neo-McCarthyism. Russians are in your toaster oven right now. They're manipulating it and they're going to burn your toast. That is her day-to-day show. And look, I used to like Rachel Maddow back years ago when I was closer to a mainstream Democrat, and she was on a radio show, and she seemed quite smart. And you can hear other journalists talk about how she used to be very intelligent and, wouldn't make things up just to make a show better or get more ratings. And all of that is gone. Now she's getting paid $30,000 an episode per episode to just spout bullshit McCarthyist crap. The Russians are going to get you. I think they changed the slogan of her show to "The Russians are going to get you" recently. But it gets better. Just hang on here. She said that this network, OAN, is, quote, really literally paid Russian propaganda. That's what she said. Now, don't worry about the fact that they're not paid by Russia. They're not connected to Russia. They have nothing to do with Russia. Okay, so flat out lie by Rachel Maddow. I don't like when these people flat out lie, but I also think we can be overly litigious and all suing each other for things something was said and blah, blah, blah. But what's amazing is in her defense, in Rachel Maddow's defense as to what she said, her lawyer, Ted Boutros Jr., and this is coming from the Times of San Diego, but other journalists have covered it as well. Ted Boutros, her lawyer, argued that Maddow was clearly offering her own unique expression when she said literally paid Russian propaganda. Her own unique expression of her views to capture what she saw as the ridiculous nature of the facts that OAN is paid Russian propaganda. Her comment, therefore, this is a quote from Boutros, her comment, therefore, is a quintessential statement of rhetorical hyperbole, incapable of being proved true or false. So Rachel Maddow is now arguing in court that her viewers should not believe her. They should, even when she says literally, when she says something is literally Russian propaganda, they should not believe that. They should, whenever Rachel Maddow is speaking, just fucking, if you're a viewer of hers, do not believe her, because she's saying in court, her lawyer is saying she is just all hyperbole. It's bullshit. And ironically, this is the same argument that Alex Jones used in court. His lawyers as well said that when Alex speaks on his show, it's making shit up. Then the viewers, the listeners, they know that. They know that. So now Rachel Maddow's lawyers, Alex Jones's lawyers, both go into court and say, listen, they can't be sued for these things because no one believes them. No one believes this fucking shit. And, how pathetic is that? Look, you and I probably don't believe their shit. You and I know that they're making half of it up. But most of their viewers, the reason they get such great ratings, the reason Rachel Maddow is one of the top news opinion shows out there, is because people believe her. People think she is presenting some sort of fucking facts through this whole, fucking shitstorm she's created. And by the way, Rachel Maddow has done, I believe, segments or at least portions where she has talked about how horrible and ridiculous Alex Jones is. And here she is doing the exact same thing, saying in court, listen, you can't sue me for saying falsehoods because my listeners, my viewers don't believe me. Now, She'd have a better argument to make if she were a comedian like me, where I literally will use satire at times. I literally will, say like, I think this is a great idea. I think Trump should privatize all the forests and the animals, and then we could have corporate protections for those animals. I may say something like that, literally using satire to make a point, comedically. But the idea that you have these so-called news anchors, Rachel Maddow, and, I don't know what the fuck you want to call Alex Jones, but running around in court saying, listen, guys, no one believes us. No, our listeners know not to believe us. I mean, I just want all of you to know this. This is a public service announcement about what even Rachel Maddow believes her show now is. I mean, it's just become a fucking shit show of bullshit rumors and McCarthyism and lies. And I mean, she has become just a slightly different equivalent to Fox News. They're really, and many of the MSNBC shows are similar. MSNBC, they didn't used to be this way. It used to be that you could literally turn on Fox News and get just 100% false reality, and then turn on MSNBC and get kind of a lightly crafted propaganda. And now you can just get a false reality from both, just different views of a false reality. Fox News will tell you 100% of all crime is committed by immigrants. And you'll go, well, that is fascinating. I had no idea it was that high. And then you flip over to MSNBC and they say, Russians control the weather. And you go, fuck. Now the Russians control the weather. I got all the immigrants that are going to rape me in my ear holes. Life really is not so good. But it's false realities from both sides. I just wanted you to know about this lawsuit. I want you to know that Rachel Maddow and her lawyers are going in front of a judge and saying, listen, even when Rachel says the phrase literally, I do not think that word means what you think it means. Even when it says literally, even when she says literally, doesn't, nope, not literal, not real, completely false. OAN has no connection to Russia. And she's saying literally. Now, OAN is a garbage network, but that's besides the point. Clearly, so is MSNBC. And by the way, there's a great appendix to Matt Taibbi has a book out, Hate Inc. it's called, INC period, like incorporated. The cover is Rachel Maddow and Sean Hannity. And apparently, Taibbi, who does awesome work, got a lot of flack by people saying Rachel Maddow she's not the same as Sean Hannity. And he explains in an appendix exactly why Rachel Maddow has become the same as Sean Hannity. And Taibbi, has known Rachel Maddow much better than I have. I met her once for 12 seconds back in 2007 or something. But he actually has known her, and I think at least in that chapter he says at one time respected her. And now she has become kind of equivalent to Sean Hannity, but with different views. Still, luckily, she and Sean Hannity agree on many things, such as endless war and corporations running the world, and they seem to have very few criticisms of those. And when they do, they'll still stand up for politicians that believe those things. So even if Rachel Maddow will do a segment criticizing a corporation, she then will do endless segments supporting politicians that are taking money from those corporations and celebrate those corporations and stand up for those corporations. So, I'm not saying she's never done a segment criticizing a corporation, but you see where she's really going to stand at the end of the day. Good to know. Good to know. My book, speaking of books, is now out for pre-sale. It's got an intro by Jimmy Dore and a foreword by Chris Hedges, and is a lot of my stuff on a million different topics. You can grab it right now at leecampbook.com. All right, keep fighting.